I shall posit this question for you and everybody else out there. Is there anybody more detestable than Meghan Markle? There is no other name that immediately springs to mind more than who's the most entitled, insufferable, somebody who just simply extracts from society and gives a less in return. Is there anybody more apt to fit that description than Meghan Markle? Like, at least Amber Heard was a hot piece of ass for a hot second and was showing it off in a couple of early films, and then used several king size beds as fucking toilets. Okay, she's up there too, and especially in the context of 2022, one of the most prominent examples. Anybody else even remotely comes close? Like, the Queen did pass away this year, but she found an opportunity to try to make the most, okay? Tried to get the biggest headlines for the fucking royal family by besmirching them, and then also trying to drag the Queen's name one final time. I had no intentions of ever talking about this documentary, but then I seen the one screen that I think everybody has at this point in time, and it's like, I got to talk about this because it's just going to haunt my dreams going forward. Okay, it's not like I have any love, or it's like I don't have a thought one way or another when it comes to the royal family. Okay, I had respect for the Queen, mostly because she was the end of an era, really, when it came to, some of those old order traditions. She was a feminine leader in the best sense of the word, and now what do we have? We got the Meghan Markles that are left, and oh boy, aren't we lucky because of it. How will William feel about this blatantly public grab for Diana's legacy and the dig at Kate's formality? Of all the wretched words uttered by Prince Harry in his one-sided Netflix diatribe, the saddest were directed at his own family, says Richard K. I don't know who Richard K is, but he seems to really embody my opinion of what I've seen about this so far. So we're going to be using this article right here to delve into whatever the good God hell this Netflix special is about. And then also, watching this in any depth would be supporting Netflix at the same time. And that's still the same place that hosted Cuties, so it's just not going to be doing that. And isn't it funny? Like, we can even just tell by the framing in that situation. Okay, the white walls, all the accessories as well. What color is Markle wearing, and then what color is the cuck wearing? Yeah, exactly. Everything is all about her, and she's even dressing more masculine. It's fucking disgusting, really. And I think Rollo Tomasi's kind of posited this opinion. Okay, he thinks that eventually, once Meghan Markle just extracts all the resources and all the attention that you can possibly get. So eventually, after, the spotlight is faded on this Netflix series, she's going to end up leaving Harry, and he's going to find himself at the end of a rope. It's something that the more I see about this stuff, the more I kind of agree with it, because she is a wrecking ball of a human being, okay? And one of the most classic examples of toxic femininity, using identity politics standards in order to be a perpetual victim, okay? And this motherfucker was dumb enough to drop off 2 fucking loads in her? Oh my god. Of all the bitter and wretched words uttered by Prince Harry yesterday, the saddest surely were those directed at the royal family. It's like a place that, hey, it gave you a title, okay, put on a fucking ridiculous wedding, second one for her, which should also be another gigantic fucking red flag. And then yes, the affront after you decided to leave the UK to go and besmirch the name of the family once, come back after the passing of the Queen, get new official titles, only to come back and shit on the family again. If Prince Charles was out there and he actually had some fucking stones, he's not Prince Charles, he is King Charles, right? I guess, for Jesus Christ, forgive me, and like everybody else around the world who's only known one monarch, but yeah, that's the way it is. I'd be getting the big old sword out and start lopping off some people's heads here for this amount of disrespect. This is something that could only happen in the 21st century. I'll leave it at that. For the perceived coldness of Kate to airbrushing his father, he set about their reputations in the same icy disdain he accuses the royals of directing towards him. How funny, okay? It's almost like everything that they're claiming against the royal family is just simply a projection of what they're doing. I don't know, everybody hates us. Well, you're kind of detestable human beings. Oh my god, my wife is black, bruh. Barack Obama levels of blackness here. But perhaps the most telling moments of this self-serving exercise were those in which he monopolized the memory of his late mother as some sort of a justification for his actions. Yeah, this dude has some weird mom fetish, okay? That's fucking wild. Meghan and Princess Diana were so similar. Oh, I wish there was one trademark moment that they would share. Oh my God. He declared, and like his mother, his wife had suffered at the hands of the paparazzi. I can't wait for another one. Like, obviously, I'm referencing one dramatic finale, but there's another one, the one where, she ends up gallivanting off with some big dick Saudi. That would be terrific. Oh my God, turning her into a porta potty while you just come back with a fucking sponge to make sure that she's all right. Nothing would make me happier. What haunted him was a history repeating itself. I'll just hire a better driver, bro. And in the case, the point had been missed, he explained. My mum made most of the decisions from her heart. Yeah, where did that get her? Before adding, I'm my mother's son. Oh, somebody fire up the fucking cuck alarm. Yuck. Quite how Prince William will feel at this blatantly public grab for Diana's legacy remains to be seen. He's like, yo, that's my little brother. We lost him fucking years ago at this point. He's welcome back in the family at any point in time, but Christ almighty, man, I've been trying to tell him that he's with, a wretched bitch, okay? Somebody's fucking sloppy seconds. He ain't listening to me, so I guess he's wanting to learn about this disaster firsthand. Sucks to suck, I guess. Days of their fraternal bond of affection was the most reassuring feature of the royal life are long gone, as are the days where Harry was the essence of the popular 21st century prince, not only good-looking and a brave soldier, but somebody who could laugh easily at himself and at other people, especially with his armband selection. All right, if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, I'm sure he donated them to a worthy cause, like Kanye's wardrobe. There are precious little laughter in the 3-hour long episodes. So, there's 3 hours that, oh my God. Of course it would be that long, okay? Meghan Markle in front of a camera, oh my God. You knew this bitch would definitely try to lap up as most attention as possible. Instead, we're presented with a toe-curling account of their romance and partial and one-sided diatribe of their perceived treatment at the hands of the media and the monarchy. Is there at least new accusations that are out there? It's like, oh my God, people would look at Meghan just because she's black. It's like, bruh, she's like fucking, she's got a tan, barely. No opportunity to include references to the late Princess of Wales were missed. First episode featured footage of young William and Harry playing at the piano, accompanied by their parents, alongside a soundtrack of Diana talking about her 2 sons. William appears to tell Harry not to stand on his toe, and Diana says William, he's a typical 3-year-old, very enthusiastic, whereas perhaps Harry is more quiet and just watches. Probably also what he does right now while his wife has their boyfriend over. He's certainly a different character altogether. For Harry, the similarities with his mother are striking. So much of what Meghan is and how she is similar to my mum. Yo, Freud was right. She has the same compassion. She has the same empathy. Oh my, this dude. She must have that magic pussy. Like, wow. She has the same confidence. Bruh, holy fuck. She needs to have a sit-down interview with Oprah to explain her victimhood. She needs to have an entire Netflix documentary series. And you're telling me she has confidence? What the fuck are you talking about? Holy shit, that is brain dead. She has a warmth about her. Yeah, it really translates across the screen. How sad, then, that he does not remember one of Diana's most attractive qualities. Her ability to cut a figure on a rich man's yacht? Is that what we're talking about? That even in the depths of her despair over her marriage to Flaps, she never sought to favor one son above the other. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That is a redeeming quality of old Splats McGillicuddy. Indeed, whenever she felt that family attention was being directed too much on William, the future king, she would make a point of including Harry. Even the late Queen Mother was reprimanded on one occasion by the princess, who was angered by the way the matriarch always wanted her oldest grandson at the side for family events rather than Harry. Well, it would kind of make sense, and it's like, well, there's one chair. It's like, you need to have my other stupid son there. It's like, well, he's not going to be king. How very sexist. Maybe the queen mom was like super based, and it's like, no, that kid's a bitch. It's like, he's 6. It's like, I know. Profoundly affected by his mother's death in 97 when he was only 12. Yeah, that sucks. Like, there's no two ways to cut that, okay? And that's also probably a good reason why Markle was able to get such a deep foothold on him, because you hear the way that he describes her so lovingly. It's like, oh my god, all of her energy, and it's like, oh my god, I also checked out in her astrological signs. Okay, she was a Leo born with a Taurus moon under a, I don't know what the fuck the rest of them are. All that shit is fucking nonsense, but it's all this feels before reals nonsense, and it's like, somebody who's such a malignant cunt could easily replicate that stuff in order to fulfill her ultimate goal of, well, what would be the bigger feather in a cap, okay, than for a narcissist, for an absolute fucking sociopath, than to take down, you know, a monarchy that has stood the test of time for how many hundreds of years? Anywho, Diana's sisters, Harry's Spencer aunts, were invaluable, regularly visiting him at his Berkshire prep school, Lundgrove, to watch his sports fixtures. One aunt even ensured the prince received the 13th birthday present Diana had chosen for him before her death. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess this is a little endearing. At the same time, Prince Charles, concerned about the lack of maternal company in his son's life, arranged for one of the communications team, a mother herself, to be available as much as possible to Harry. But no, there was probably no glowing praise for his father in this one, because, yes, men are superfluous in the world of Meghan Markle. And how does Harry acknowledge his fatherly concern? Oh my god, let's guess. He tells viewers that as a father himself, he doesn't want to repeat the mistakes his parents made. There you go, he's got him in hook, line, and sinker. Congratulations. If that doesn't wound the king, then Harry's bizarre claim that he had a second family to bring him up almost certainly will. Unfortunately, Harry cannot decide who this second family is. Yeah, exactly, because if you know anything about Markle's family, they want to stay far, far away from this toxic bitch. If this group of friends, he says, he spent time with during his teenage trips to Lesotho, of southern Africa, or is it, as he later puts, comrades he meant during his 10 years in the army. Interesting, comrades. I'm pretty sure the British military love to fight a commie or two, just saying. Never mind, the drumbeat to these complaints is what counts. It is neglect and a lack of guidance. Yes, of course, a man is supposed to be leading that relationship, but it's pretty fucking obvious who wears the pants in this textbook terrible relationship. While Charles may be hurt. Maybe it's the way that the crown rests on his ears. Not too sure, though. Prince William will never have any reason to resent the way both he and particularly Kate are treated. Is a classic example of seeking to wound but fearing to strike, says one of William's friends. Yeah, exactly. At several points in the documentary, Harry appears to take aim at his brother. When news of the relationship that Meghan emerged in 2016, he said he wanted to fight back at the media attention she was receiving. Yeah, of course, be her white knight. Yeah, defend her honor. Good job. But I guess if you're going to make that your full-time job, hey man, at least you got a lot of subject material. You're never going to be wanting for work in that department. My wife went through this. Oh, why should yours get special attention? That was his attitude towards other royals. Lord have mercy. There can be little doubt that this must be a reference to the former Kate Middleton, who actually suffered far more intrusion from paparazzi than Meghan did. I don't remember that, mostly because it's like, the royal family's only interested whenever Meghan Markle pops up and says something atrociously stupid. It is, of course, no secret that the two couples, once dubbed the Fab Four, yuck, have long since fallen out. Oh, like the original Fab Four. Great. Oh, and also bisected by a cuck and a wailing foreigner. Yeah, great. Judging by Meghan's comments, they never really fell in. Oh, of course. It's like everybody was trying to attack me all the time. It must suck to be, like, attractive. It's like, okay, sure, she was at least, you know, attractive, pretty at one point in time, but she's probably never, you know, Also knowing her previous line of work, okay, she was an actor on some show as well, and then she was also in the gallery for Deal or No Deal. She's always attractive, okay, but she was never the most attractive, and that's probably what always gets under her skin. And that's always what gets under the skin of any pretty bitch that's out there. If you're known for your looks, but there's always somebody better in the room, what really makes you all that special at the end of the day? Oh, well. Recalling the first time she met the Cambridges, Meghan says, they came for dinner. I remember I was in ripped jeans and I was barefoot. Great, it's all about you all the fucking time. It's like, hi, my royal family is coming over. Can you put on something? Oh, no, that's fine, dear. I wouldn't want to upset you. Please make sure that you just wear your ripped jeans and don't bother to put on socks or anything like that. You're great the way you are. Her next recollection is clearly designed as a dig. I was a hugger, she says. Well, in other stories you like to tell, other people would reinforce that you are also something that ends with a double G-E-R. Always been a hugger. A hugger. I didn't realize that it was jarring for a lot of Brits. Yeah, exactly. They're standoffish people. But again, when you're just wrapped up in everything about you and you don't give a fuck about the outside world, I can understand. Well, I thought just everybody liked to hug. It's like, no, a lot of people are like, oh, no, hi, nice to meet you. You're the newest cock holster for my brother. Okay, great. I guess I started to understand very quickly the formality on the outside carried through on the inside. Yeah, imagine that. People don't have multiple personalities. Normally, how somebody does one thing is emblematic of how they do everything else. People have congruency in their life, something that narcissists find very difficult to understand. Master manipulators, people who constantly have to maneuver through society in order to get the most out of their situations, have a tough time reconciling with that. But I've also heard from her cuck husband that she has very good empathy, but couldn't reconcile the fact that other people don't like to be hugged, and he found that to be really fucking weird. Was this the icy coolness that later saw both women accused of making the other one cry? Oh yeah, no, exactly. Meghan, she's just such a feels lady. She just cries at everything. Yeah, great. Even when Harry says the royals were incredibly impressed when they first met Meghan, he couldn't avoid a sly complaint. Of course, that screenshot right there makes me so fucking pissed off, okay? They were surprised that a ginger could land such a beautiful woman, he says. Bruh, stop it. Fucking stop it. Somebody's older sloppy seconds, okay? A royal, a prince. Stop it. Fucking disgusting. And such an intelligent woman. What kind of intelligence are we talking about here? But the fact that I was dating an American actress was probably what clouded their judgment more than anything else in the beginning. I would also say that, yeah, she'd been previously married before. That's probably another one that's in there. It's like, wow, you want to take her seriously, huh? Meghan agrees. Oh, of course she does, because it paints her in the best light. What, I'm beautiful and I'm smart? But, oh yes, of course, my immutable characteristics. My past is holding me back. Yuck. The actress thing was the biggest problem, funnily enough. It was just very easy for them to typecast that. No, it's maybe not understanding who you are as an individual, and it's like, okay, cool. That could be a very interesting talking point, but no, it's just obviously a slight. For a man who was once the royal family's greatest asset, one remarkable feature about Harry emerges: his extraordinary lack of self-awareness. Sounds like it. Sounds like it. He's just repeating this stuff so that his wife won't hit him with the 6-inch heels anymore. He complains endlessly about the attention the couple receive from the hated media, but lacks the emotional depth to recognize he's also one of the most privileged in existence. Yeah, exactly. Indeed, as he watches the Queen disrespectfully demonstrating the curtsy she made to the Queen. That's where this picture comes from. Okay. She's like, what? I got a curtsy to the Queen when I first meet her? Are you fucking serious? Meghan said she was shocked at the formality, the royal family, and showed how she bowed for the first time she met to the Queen. Yes, with arms stretched out like that. I don't know if that's some like real life resentment starting to peek through right there. Just looking over at her, it's like, wow, you're gonna disrespect my grandma? Okay, the Queen of fucking England, the longest reigning monarch in English history. You're gonna disrespect her like that? Oh, okay, bet. But I'd imagine that's probably, deep behind all the brainwashing. But you're gonna let her act out like that? Wow. Fucking wow, dude. If you thought that this series was going to try to paint you and your relationship in a better fucking light, okay, of somebody who is hated for her amount of disrespect for a royal institution that is beloved by the Brits, if you thought that this would do good for your guys' PR, I don't know. I don't know, man. Somebody's giving you some bad advice, but that must be some good pussy. There are a couple of other things that you can pierce out from this, okay? I'm getting... Okay, the amount that he self-deprecates in other interviews as well as this one, it's absurd. It is absolutely absurd. You're a prince, okay? You get all of the benefits of being part of the royal family without any of the obligations of ever having to be the monarch, okay? You are never, okay, you're never going to be king, okay? Obviously, the line of the line of succession is already set in stone, okay? All of, Harry's sons, or William's sons are going to be king long after he's gone, okay? So you're, I think, like 5th or 6th down the line, okay? It's not going to happen, barring some sort of a fucking tragedy that Markle probably cooks up in order to be queen at the end of the day. Some version of the Red Wedding at the fucking, Windsor Castle. And self-deprecation as a tactic in order to try to raise up your spouse is never a fucking good thing, okay? Saying, oh, she's my better half. Oh, yeah, she's the brains of this relationship. You know what you're actually saying when you're out there? It's like, oh, okay, cool. You're worthless, and she made a bad choice by picking somebody who's so fucking incompetent. Stop doing that shit. It's not endearing. It's not actually making your partner, okay, your wife, your girlfriend, the person that you're associating with, is not making them look any better. Self-deprecation is fucking weird and needs to stop. But it gets reinforced in these bad fucking relationships, opportunistic bitches who just love the spotlight, love attention. I don't know anything about Meghan Markle's acting resume. I know that she was on Skins or Suits or, I don't know, one of those fucking shows. One of those forgettable late 2000s, okay, late 2010 shows, okay? She was on one of those, I think, right? And she was also, a piece of ass on a fucking game show, okay? On and around the exact same time. Her desire to be in the spotlight could never be facilitated without snagging somebody of high profile and attaching herself to it. And that's what she's doing here. And she's just going to continue to make outlandish claim after outlandish claim. She got that stupid podcast where I forget the last time that we talked about her, and it's probably for the best anyways. She's going to keep on doing this stuff, trucking right along until the gravy train stops. And then you'll start hearing about her filing for a divorce, trying to get her fair share in that divorce, and then you're just going to see a couple of size 7 sneakers just swinging from a fucking exposed rafters in North California. Not hoping for it, not wishing for it. I'm just, we can see this coming off, or rather, right along the horizon at this point. So, what a disgusting human being. What a simp, cuck, and the less coverage this bitch gets, probably the better for humanity. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.